How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. A couple days ago, I did this video. Get ready now for the stock market insanity. Now, that was actually just yesterday. It's hard to even know because today it seems like, or these days, it seems like everything goes by so quickly. Uh, in this video, I talk about all the earnings that are coming up. I talk about how inflation data is supposed to come out this week. I go through a ton of different catalysts for this week and talk about how it could be, a very rough week for stocks. Or, this could be an uptrend for stocks with the CPI data. Now, something that I didn't account for was this huge news that the Colonial Pipeline attack underscores U.S. energy's vulnerability. We have a bunch of hedge funds that seem to be shorting every single thing in the market that is growth related. So I did not expect all that to be happening. Now, that being said, it is really interesting because the whole market is being slammed right now. Anything growth related, I should say. Of course, Dow Jones barely down at all. But we have the S&P 500 down about 1%. NASDAQ down 2.5%. Horrible day in the market. I want to talk to you about what I'm going to be doing because we're at a very important part of this whole investing journey right now. And I want to talk to you about what stocks I'm looking at. Now, that being said, this is not the only market that's being smashed right now. Very quickly, the crypto market had been booming for a long time. We had a very quick drop, and I don't know where this came from because it was like within minutes. Like, I don't know how much money left, but a significant amount. We went from 58,000 or so in Bitcoin down to 54,000 within minutes. Ethereum went from 4,100 down to 3,750 maybe. We had Cardano, which is also not a small market cap here. It fell from about 170 down to 155. Now, I actually bought the dip on all of these real quick. I put in about $200 to $500 in each of these, and now they've come up a little bit, but crypto is at all-time highs pretty much with the exception of this and with the exception of Bitcoin, which is still lagging behind a little bit. But crypto keeps on booming and the market keeps on falling, the stock market. I want to talk to you about my thoughts on that and what I'm going to be doing because I'm going to buy a good amount here soon, I believe. So if you guys don't mind just hitting the like button, I really appreciate that. It helps out the channel a lot. Just shows me that you guys still love this content or like this content, appreciate this content. If you guys want to help in another way, you can share this to other people. If you guys aren't subscribed, you can definitely hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications because some of this stuff is time relevant. I've been doing a little bit less on individual stocks, but with so many important earnings coming out, I am sure that I'm going to be talking about some individual stocks this week. I am sure I'm going to be buying them too. So if you guys want to help me with that and help yourself with that, you can check out the link down below to Webull. You can sign up, get some free money there. Helps out the channel too because I am an influencer referral person in their program. So you can sign up there. I get some free money. You get some free money after you deposit $100. And there's a link down there to BlockFi in case you want interest rate on your crypto. Now, we're not talking about cryptocurrency today. We are talking about the stock market. I'll be honest, it is rough right now. So looking at the percent change on the day, we have a couple stocks that actually did quite well. And I was excited about this. I've been investing in Coinbase and I've been investing in, if I can see it here, it was up here. I've been investing in Voyager Digital too. Maybe I'm just missing it, but Voyager Digital was quite green today, at least throughout most of the day. Maybe it fell down right at the end there. But I've been excited for this. I think those crypto-related stocks have been lagging behind a little bit, while a lot of other stocks, and with crypto, a lot of other cryptos, I should say, have been doing quite well. And those stocks, though, have been lagging behind, which I think isn't good. They should be keeping up with these cryptos, but we have been seeing just a massive sell-off in growth just in general. So we have Peloton, which is up 4%. Which I bought some of that last week when it fell down to 85. I bought in. I could have bought more around 81. Didn't buy more. But this is the green. Now let's take a look at the red here. Now this is not all inclusive. This is just a list of names I like to cover. Humble, fintech company, down 20%. CleanSpark, down 16% after really good earnings last week. Actually, they became profitable. They have a current ratio of like 17 or something like that, like 170 million worth of money on their balance sheet, only $10 million worth of liabilities. We have Workhorse. They had earnings today. I kind of skimmed through them. Not great. Not horrible either, but just not good. Not what the market wants. It's almost a penny stock again. We have a lot of high growth names being down 10%. Let's go down a little bit more though, because we do have some other names that are down 5%. We have Square, which is in the 215 range, down 7.5% today. We have Bitcoin, which is down. We have NEO, which is down. We have NNDM, which is almost at the value of their cash now. Like, I think they're 10% away from being at the market cap of their cash. I would have to check that, but I think it's like $5.70. The market cap is the same as their cash on their balance sheet. We have Palantir, which I've been wanting to buy more of, and it keeps falling. After hours, it's down 1%. Throughout the day, it was down 6.5%. Tesla down 6.5%, almost falling into the 500s again. DraftKings, I bought this in the mid 50s. It went all the way up to 70 or 80 or something like that. A lot of analysts are still they just were updating their guidance after earnings last Friday, and they're still putting it in the 70s, and it fell 6%. We have Fubo, which is down 5%. Roku, which is down 5%. Senseonics, TPGY, every single company on this list is down, it seems like. Facebook, great earnings, massive earnings, crushing earnings, and they're down 4%. They were all the way up at 330. Now they're back around 300. So I can keep on going. I can keep on going all day long on this, but everything is selling off. So there's just a lot of fear right now. And I wouldn't say it's at peak fear. And that is because I just haven't seen as many people kind of freaking out as usual. Now, that being said, maybe it's just because the market's been so bad the last 2 months that a lot of the people that were in that mindset that they were just trying to get quick money, they've already quit. Like I've had people leave the channel. I've had people leave the Patreon just because they just can't handle market volatility. They can't handle seeing their stocks go down 30%, which I understand. However, everything's on sale. Now, if you don't have money, it's going to be the same story. It's going to be the same story as usual. Hey, not financial advice, but you should probably just hold on, go outside, don't look at your stocks for a little bit until you have some money. When you do have money, then look at what's on sale. We get paid every couple weeks usually. Some people get paid more regularly or less regularly, but when you get money, look at what's available, buy, and then forget it. Or if you do have money, you should be chomping at the bit a little bit, like foam coming out of your mouth because you're so excited. That's where I'm at. I am so excited about seeing this. And I saw JJ Buckner's video. I haven't actually watched it yet, but he was talking about how he's praying for a stock market crash. And I'm guessing I already know what that's about because I've said that many times before too. Basically saying you're getting these stocks at a deal. Now, there are certain companies that I'm looking towards more than others. That being said, if any of these fall down enough, I'm going to be interested, right? If anything falls down enough, the risk reward gets turned around in your favor. But there are ones that I'm specifically looking at as of now. And I'm thinking about buying shares soon. I'm also thinking about buying long-term call options. So it's going to be riskier if I buy long-term call options. Obviously, I've actually never bought call options. I've never done anything with options, but some of these prices are silly cheap in my opinion. And I'm willing to risk a little bit more because I think they're getting stupider and stupider as time goes on. I think there's a lot of manipulation in the market right now. So we have CleanSpark. I would like to add more to this. I'll be honest. Even though I'm very heavily crypto oriented right now, I'd say I probably have about I don't know what my cash position is right now actually because of taxes, but I'd say I'm about 20% cash maybe. 50%, 40% crypto, I should say, and then 60% stocks. So I'm already very highly positioned in the crypto space. I'm already very crypto oriented. Then I would like to buy more of it though, because of the fact that it's so low. They are going to be profitable, I believe, all year long. They just came out with their last earnings. They were profitable. They increased revenue 300% since last quarter. And this is going to be the worst quarter of the year by far for them. They're mining Bitcoin. Bitcoin keeps on going up. Bitcoin has doubled essentially since the beginning of the year. CleanSpark has gone down like 50% or something like that. There's a lawsuit. Some people are saying maybe it's due to the lawsuit. Maybe there's something happening behind the scenes that we can't see. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think that'd be difficult because I think someone is shorting this. I don't think it's people selling it based on the price action I've seen. I think that we would probably know more about that if that was the case, because the lawsuit actually looks good. And even if the lawsuit goes through, I don't think it's necessarily a game changer for CleanSpark. I think they're going to be very profitable this year. Teladoc keeps falling. I'm willing to wait a little bit more on Teladoc for the fact that I have been buying a good amount of Teladoc as it's fallen, and it keeps on falling more. So I was buying more in the 160, 170 range. I bought originally before it went all the way up to 290. Now it's selling at 50 to 55% off where it was at its peak. I'm willing to buy this. I'm willing to buy in the future. I don't think it has as much potential as some of these other stocks, at least upside potential. I still like it long term, but there has been a good case for that. There are a lot of different companies in this space. So I'm willing to wait a little bit longer on Teladoc, and if I don't increase my position, that's okay. It's one of my largest positions anyways. So is CleanSpark. So is Palantir. Palantir is getting to be a much larger position for me, but they have their earnings coming out this week. I think it will probably dip more after earnings unless we just have a green day and then they crush earnings on, I believe it's tomorrow actually that they have earnings. I was thinking it was Wednesday, but it's tomorrow. If they have just fantastic earnings and the whole market's going up tomorrow, I could see them going back up into the 20s. But almost every single company is doing the opposite of what it should. Like Simon Property Group beat earnings and they actually fell just now. There were some other companies that missed earnings. I think Wynn Resort missed earnings. And again, like I haven't checked into this, but this is what I've heard. They actually missed earnings and they went up. So it's just crazy. Like I don't see a world where Palantir all of a sudden spikes tomorrow. Now it could happen. I'm not saying that it won't. If it does spike, okay, I might add some more after we see it steady out a little bit. But right now it just keeps on falling day after day. I'm willing to wait a little bit longer. DraftKings, one that I was not planning on buying more of, but I noticed how much it fell today. Again, like I said, beat a lot of expectations. A lot of analysts raised their price targets or reaffirmed them, and it's falling because it's growth. MP Materials, I would love to pick more of this up in the mid-20s. Now, I'm not making that a priority. These big tech giants, I would love to pick up some of them too. I don't envision them coming down to a level, though, where it makes more sense for me to invest in them as opposed to something like CleanSpark, Palantir, or Tattooed Chef. Tattooed Chef is another one I would like to add to. I'm not sure what this article is. Okay, yeah, so they did announce today. I read through this earlier. I wasn't sure if this was going to be their news, but they are bringing a couple more types of meals, so multi-serve meals, and you can kind of go through cauliflower pasta and some other types of foods here too. Just bring more food out there, more products. Now, overall, I am planning to buy shares. If it falls to stupid levels and the call options are cheap enough, I will buy call options, probably 23 call options on these. Some of them are small enough you can't find those, but I will probably buy the largest, the farthest out call options, and then probably the highest strike price I can buy. Like CleanSpark, I'll probably buy $30 strike prices. So I realize that that's a little bit risky. I won't put a ton of money in those, but those would have significant upside at that point. They're falling like a rock too, because every single day these things seem to be falling more. That being said, this is not financial advice. The options are definitely more risky than just buying shares, so just take that into account. If I buy some call options on CleanSpark, like if I buy 100 of them, it would still only be a tenth of my position of CleanSpark would be in those options. So it's not like it's a large position compared to my actual shares of CleanSpark. So just keep that in your mind there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you for hitting the like button. Let me know what you guys are doing. Are you getting excited at this? Like, I know that it hurts, but big swings like this, like big days like this, make me more excited than they make me nervous. If we were constantly at 2 to 4% down every single day, and we weren't seeing days like this where stocks are going down 5, 6, 7%, I'd be a little bit more nervous. That's a little bit more like a slow bleed, like a thousand knives, and we've seen that a little bit actually over the last 3 months. So if we continuously see that, it makes me more nervous than like big days like this. This just looks like market manipulation. This looks like fear. This looks like panic. And I will buy into panic every single day. It worked out well for me in 2020 when I was buying when so many other people were selling. And I believe it will do quite well for me this year. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Again, thank you guys for watching. Tell me what stocks you're buying down below. Thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for checking out Webull and BlockFi down there too. Bye.